My billionaire uncle tried to steal my inheritance by calling me a nobody, but he forgot I was the one who signed his company's lease. I've spent 15 years being the black sheep of the Sterling family. My uncle Silas owns a massive logistics empire in Texas, and he's the kind of man who measures a person's worth by the price of their watch. When my father passed away, he left me his small, worthless trucking garage on the outskirts of Austin. Silas laughed at the funeral, telling me I should just sell it to him for $50,000 and go find a real job at one of his warehouses. Leo, he said, smirking in front of his board of directors, you're a small-time mechanic. You don't belong in the world of high finance. Take the cash and disappear. I refused. For 5 years, I worked out of that worthless garage, fixing old rigs and minding my own business. Silas, meanwhile, built a massive $50 million distribution center right next to my land. He acted like I didn't exist, even having his trucks block my entrance and sending safety inspectors to harass me every week. Last month, Silas decided he wanted to expand. He needed my 2-acre plot to build a private landing strip for his executive jets. Instead of a fair offer, he sent a legal team to inform me that because of a zoning loophole, the city was going to seize my land under eminent domain and sell it back to him for pennies. Tiffany, Silas's lead attorney, walked into my garage with a smirk. We're offering you $10,000 as a moving gift. If you don't take it, you'll be evicted by the sheriff by Monday. Small potatoes for a small-time guy, right? They were trying to erase my father's legacy, but Silas and his high-priced lawyers made one fatal mistake. They never looked into the mineral and access rights of the 1920s. See, before Silas built his $50 million center, that land was part of an old cattle ranch. I spent a week in the dusty basements of the county clerk's office, and I found the golden ticket. In 1922, the original rancher kept a perpetual commercial easement for the only underground water vein that feeds the entire district's cooling system. And guess who inherited that specific easement? Me. But that's not even the best part. I discovered that Silas had accidentally routed his entire primary sewage system directly through my property line to save on costs. On Monday morning, just as the bulldozers arrived, I walked into Silas's glass-walled office. I slid a permanent injunction and a notice of trespass across his mahogany desk. What is this, Leo? He hissed. Your land belongs to the city now. The surface land might, I said, but I own the water rights and the subsurface access, and according to the state environmental code, you are currently discharging 200,000 gallons of industrial waste through my private property every single day without a permit. Silas's face went from arrogant to ghostly white. I've already contacted the EPA, I continued. Since you're in violation of federal laws, they're going to freeze your operations and fine you $100,000 per day. Oh, and that landing strip? You can't build it because I'm installing a 60-foot cellular tower right in the middle of your flight path. I already have the permit. The room went dead silent. If his center stopped working for even 48 hours, Silas would lose millions. He looked like he was about to have a stroke. What do you want? He growled. I want $5 million for the garage, I said. I want a 20-year consulting contract for $100,000 a year that requires 0 hours of work. And I want Tiffany fired for being a terrible lawyer who missed a 100-year-old easement. He signed the papers 10 minutes later. I didn't just get rich, I got even. I sold the garage, retired 35, and moved to a penthouse that overlooks his factory. Every morning I watch his trucks drive by, knowing that I own the ground they're standing on. Am I the jerk for holding a $50 million company hostage, or did my uncle get what he deserved? Let me know in the comments. Drop a legal in the comments if you love seeing a billionaire lose to the fine print.